No, I just loaded the game and this is how it spawned me in, so we're gonna just watch Senna walk the place.
We could be in for a shower.
Huh? Hey, did you guys hear something?
We spawned right in this exact position. I have not moved at all yet.
Rain, how inconvenient.
We have some
Better make sure we're well rested.
that need to be held. What if we continued side questing like there's no tomorrow? We'll do
I
because
think we need to discuss this.
Right. Kite poofed. Ooh, that's bad. We gotta go find a kite. This is for his own good. Which means I gotta put Xeon in my own.
Let's keep things on a tight loop.
I broke it. Chaotic laughter. Yo, where did Kite go? I know the cave. Mostly because we've been in that cave.
Good thing we found this.
Oh look, we found him! Have you ever considered not being stupid? I think I'm just giving you pretty.
You need my help. At your service.
Can't talk to outsiders. Okay, let me just grab the commander then, eh? Apologies for that. I had a thought,
I see some relations have changed.
and I had continued thought. So I was just thinking for a moment there. Can we do potatoes finally? Is it finally time? Is it finally time for potatoes? The moment we've all been waiting for? Or not yet? Hi, Kite. At least you were all worked out. I like that quest, but... Kite? It's time for potatoes! Potatoes. Yeah. Yeah, baby, it's time for potatoes. Let's just hope I have enough potatoes in my inventory. Alright.
Food shortages. Sounds pretty grim.
Oh wait, what's
We've
the...
been worn down mentally and physically. We have to act now. This smell.
Our potatoes aren't doing very good. You know what though? At least Colony 9 tried.
Hey man, I just wanted to say, you're doing a pretty good job, all in all.
Refuse be cheering me up. Makes it all the more precious.
At least we tried. We tried to make our own food. With our 2 pages in the textbook, right? Oh, it's being picky. There we go. It's time for potatoes. Things are, in conclusion, bad. Hey man, at least they tried. Let's discuss our lack of good
Time to eat,
potatoes.
you know?
We could do with some food.
Group discussion. Potatoes are not doing well. In conclusion,
Could you all come round for a second?
let's talk to vegetables, if only. Let's go talk to the one person who knows how to farm. They'll be able, of course. Yeah, they got us. They got our back. Let's get potatoes. I should have more than enough spongy spuds to do this, so we don't have to do the agonizing part. potatoes.
Ugh. Let's be off.
Give me some of the bad potatoes so we can go talk to Juniper. They'll tell us we suck at farming, but hey, good try!
Some relations have changed.
Let's go to Colony Town. At least we tried to farm. It did not work out, but hey, we tried our best.
It's just so verdant here. Very different from
Hey,
back home.
there are more cow quests that I
Both
haven't done
places
yet.
have their merits. I like Colony 9 too, of course. Good to add more names.
Interesting. The fields are over there. I'm always agog at the splendor.
Hang on, we have some.
This
We have some
field,
yellow.
how ample its furrows.
Oh, the Nampon are here!
Got some useful intel.
Okay, but we're doing potatoes first. Potatoes.
They seem to be growing nicely.
Look at us study these potatoes.
Yes, they should be ready for harvest soon. It's best to pick them just as soon as they start to wilt.
You let them wilt, even after nurturing them so carefully.
You get a larger yield this way.
Incredible. So, they're not actually dying, but rather making way for new life, much like us.
Now that you mention it, yes. All life is
Let's
built on
think
some
deep
kind of
thoughts with.
sacrifice.
Let's
Indeed,
think about
life is a cruel thing.
deeply about our farming.
Now that we are free of our flame clock, I am all the more aware of this fact.
I don't believe we've been acquainted yet.
Xeon, commander of Colony 9. I do apologize for this sudden visit.
Juniper, I also act in the capacity of commander for Colony Tau.
We're here today to ask for your advice.
Oh, do tell.
Our potatoes are bad.
In the natural world, some plants contain toxic elements, usually to fend off predators. I'd guess that these belong to that category.
I was afraid of this.
It must have been frustrating.
Yes. For the whole colony. I don't mind the toil myself. Such was my decision. But as for my friends, I'd rather they simply enjoy the result.
I understand. I know that feeling. I'd like to suggest a different crop, drawing from our experience here. Would you wait here a moment, please?
Phew! Finally caught up.
You took your sweet time.
Sorry, I lost my bearings. So, did you figure out the issue?
Oh, sorry to keep you. Look here. These will grow even in the harshest. And you are?
Kite. Lieutenant from Colony 9.
Hello, Kite. I'm Juniper. It's a pleasure to meet you.
What the? Why's my chest? Just ignore me. I'm fine. Are those my imitators?
Oh yeah, they do look similar. They're not, right?
No, They're toxic. I knew it. This is one of Agnes's...
Kite?
It's true. When considering root vegetables, poisonous tubers are relatively common. However, these spongy spuds are... Huh?
It's sweet. Already more than edible.
You mean it's safe? Really?
Yes.
I think I'd bake him first myself.
Silence, Lance.
These spuds, they're the pride and joy of our colony. I'm so glad you like them. Really.
I don't... Where do you find this trust? These were our enemies.
Yes, but not now.
I get that. I know that. But still, if only you weren't Agnian.
The only thing Kite
I'm
has a problem
sorry
with
we
the
put you
fact
through
is Juniper is an Agnian. But
Perfectly
potatoes!
fine.
We got
I think
potatoes!
you should talk to your soldier in private, though.
Let me be clear. We do not bear any ill will toward Colony Town, nor do we...
I didn't mean as a commander. More as one person to another. Your
Never gets
friends.
old.
Didn't you want them to be happy? Rather than toiling and struggling in vain.
Man-to-man conversation. Not that we know what that's like.
And one more thing. The pivotal factor is the soil.
Soil?
Check to make
Let's
sure
farm
there's
some
earthworm
potatoes.
wood growing in your fields. I'll forward the steps you'll need to take to your iris for reference.
Let's farm some spongy spuds.
Did I say something funny?
No. I'm just pleasantly surprised at how earnest you are. I'll take a look as soon as we're back at the colony. Oh, and if you've any problems on your end, would you allow us to lend our support?
Problems?
It wouldn't feel right if the goodwill only went one way. Am I right?
I understand.
Let's
Let me
be
consider.
friends.
I'm glad we could talk. We'll make some wonderful fields yet.
I look forward to that
It'll
day.
take like 3 tries, but don't worry. Let's just hope we have enough spongy spuds. Alright, let's go back to Colony 9. At least we finally got our advice. Our potatoes or our crops are bad, so we shall now be making spongy spuds. Gosh. Potatoes.
This earth is what matters.
Hey, you know what happens if you pull out earthworm? Its roots wriggle around and stuff like they're alive. Gives me the creeps.
Stop trying to worm your way out of this.
According to Juniper's information, the presence of earthwormwood improves the soil's drainage. In other words, it makes for earth that is best suited for potato growing.
All right, already. I guess we just get on with it, yeah?
The gang
We
does
just get on
farming.
with it.
I hope
Can't
I have
find a
enough
single one of
spongy.
them.
I guess
But-
it's not the best soil.
I knew it was just some kind of trick. There was no way it was going to be that easy.
Look
No,
here,
this-
you.
Quest
Enough,
has to
Lance.
go on for another.
I know you're worried about the fields. Come over here and let's talk.
No need. I don't have anything to say to you.
Right.
We probably want to check out some other sites, I guess.
Right.
The gang
There should
does
be some
farming.
untended
Quest
land not far
line.
from the colony. Let's do a sweep.
Then I
We'll
get to
update
try to
you if
bribe
we
a
find
non-pon to
anything.
make it rain, even though it's already raining.
Sparks. What's wrong with me?
I see some relations have
I
changed.
see some relations have changed.
Looks like colony relations have changed.
Is that Bonnet digging up ore?
I see some relations have changed.
Race you to that open plot there.
You think I can't hold my own?
I already know it's the bottom one, but we have to do all three, don't we? Or could I have just gone to this one? Potatoes! I just seriously hope I have enough spongy spuds, because I have to travel back and forth. It's gonna be not very fun. The gang does farming.
Wood. Ugh. Don't worry, it's not gonna bite.
It's
I'm
just
not worried
dirt.
about it biting.
Looks like we found our spot. I'll inform Kite.
Let's farm.
You think he'll actually help us?
Don't worry. He's a bit delicate in some areas, but when he starts something, he will see it through.
What is it?
I've lost contact.
What a jerk. Now he won't take your calls.
Whoa, now, we should probably hear his side of the story, yeah? Let's stop stirring the pot.
I've already talked to him, but it didn't prove very effective.
He's taken this personally, so it'll probably take some time. Both of you are being too quick to judge. Don't be so hasty.
Hasty? Me?
It's like Juniper said. You need to speak to him man to man, not soldier to soldier. Like how you talk to Lance.
Oh yeah. Why are you and Lance always fighting anyway?
He just gets on my nerves.
Sorry, what? Right back at you, pal.
Excuse me?
I don't think that counts as fighting, Senna.
Yeah, they're just having some banter. That's how you should be with Kite, too. You're always talking on a commander-lieutenant level.
I hadn't realized. So I've been issuing him orders instead of talking to him on an equal footing.
Talk to him again. I think it'll go better this time.
We just got a man-to-man conversation because we all know what that is feels like. Yep. Potatoes, Pengu said enthusiastically. I seriously hope we have enough potatoes. But I'm too lazy to check. What do you think it is on here?
Hey, Kite. What do you want?
We've good news. We found a plot that would be perfect for farming.
Really? That's great. I mean, well, that's just great. In the eye-rolling sense.
So you won't help us out?
Well, I never said that.
Talk to us, boss. You gonna get your hands muddy or not?
Yes. All right? I'll do it. I'll do my snuffing job. Okay, so, what are we planting?
Spongy spuds. Juniper's already told us how to grow them.
Oh, here we go again.
Don't grumble. That potato was truly delicious.
Fine. Whatever. Just give me the spuds. What?
Of course. We still need potatoes to plant.
You didn't get them ready?
We were so focused on looking for earthworm wood.
Here we go
It
again.
happens.
This isn't like you, Commander. Did you eat something funky?
Nobody's perfect. Even the most scrupulous perfectionist is liable to err on occasion.
All right. Just hurry up and get some. Spongy spuds, right? Let's start with about 10 of those.
Yeah, and by the end
We'll
of it, you
gather
need
them
30.
as fast as we can. Shall we meet again in the fields?
Sure thing. Just send me the location by Iris.
I should already have 10.
I see some relations have changed.
Yeah, I got 10. I had at least 10. We're saved.
that what I think it is?
And because it's raining, it's going to stop raining because I need it to rain, which means I need to bribe a
Now we can
non-pawn.
finally get planting.
Alright, the gang does farming.
No, that step comes last. First, we need to till the soil so that the seed potatoes can take root more easily.
So what's that actually mean? Till? I think I'm a bit lost.
You toss the soil to trap the air in it seems. According to Juniper, there are 3 main layers of soil.
Yeah, so we just rough it up a bit. I get you.
Lands. The crudeness of your summaries never ceases to amaze me.
There's not much point to it all, though, is there?
Come on now. Don't be like that. Let's just do what we can.
The gang does farming.
It'll only take 2 ticks.
You and your ticks, man. It's not about speed. We need precision here, folks.
Just follow the procedure I sent to your irises. Ask me if there's anything you're unclear on.
Okay then, guys. Let's do this.
The gang does farming. Look at everyone go.
This is looking good.
That was pretty fun, hey, Mimi?
One down,
And
good
now we
start.
water them.
Ugh, I wish I was the one being watered. I stink of dirt.
Should we wait for the rain? In this instance,
Yeah. I think it's best if we let nature take care of the rest. I get the feeling we should interfere as little as possible.
But rainfall isn't always guaranteed. If you rely too much on the weather, it may come back to bite you.
Then, what if you control soil humidity as you wait for the rain? And if ever the rain doesn't come for a while, then you can water your crops
Look at us
yourself.
go. We're so smart.
that sounds smart. Let's wait a while and see how things unfold.
Well, let's
You
go
just
bribe a
leave that to
non-pawn.
us.
Oh, what?
Xeon and the others aren't going to stick around here forever. Who else is there?
Well, besides, it'll only take 2 ticks.
Kind, can I trust you to handle it?
Yeah, go on then.
Come back and have a look after the rain, though, would you?
Right. We'll do that.
Now you can either wait for rain, or
If only my presence brought the rain. Once again, I'm powerless.
you can bribe a
Indeed,
non-pawn.
That's definitely where the problem lies.
And in this instance, we're gonna bribe a non-pawn. Splish splash, my man! Rain, please.
Here we go.
Ha! One and
Good to
done.
have more
He
names.
doesn't always do it. Sometimes it takes more than one bribery, but we aren't done with that non-pawn yet. We'll still be speaking to him. It rained magic. How are our potatoes doing? Gosh darn it, it's potato quest.
So, why isn't anything budding?
The seed potatoes are rotting. Perhaps we gave them too much water.
Oh no.
Oh no, we overwatered our
Does the
watered
soil
our
not drain
crops.
properly? Or was it something else?
It's my fault.
It's okay, buddy.
I was giving them extra water from time to time, because I didn't want them drying out.
Fox.
I thought I was being careful. Never considered that I might be overdoing it.
First try, you know, mistakes
Well.
happen.
We'll just have to try this again. Let's wait for the next rainy spell.
Sorry, guys.
Don't blame it on yourself.
Yeah,
It's
but if
okay.
I hadn't done this, we wouldn't have to...
Oh, if only. What's done is done, man. You
You
can't
know,
change
this
the
is very
past.
deep for a potato quest. Let's get even
So
more
let's just
potatoes
recoup
and
our
then bribe
losses
it up on
and do
again.
even better next time round.
Huh.
That's a good attitude, Kite. I like it.
I'm good either way, to be honest.
Classic Eastman.
Guess I'll stick it out for a while longer. Thanks, Kite.
Go team.
Credit where it's due. That was actually pretty good.
His words came from the heart. I think that's why it resonated with them.
Kite's always been annoyed at being second best. He knows the frustration of not living up to his own standards. And that really struck a chord.
Let's get more potatoes, because don't you love potatoes?
It's something I could never do.
Hey! I think we'll go ahead and till the soil again. Take out the rotted spuds. So, if you don't mind...
Got it. We'll grab a new batch for you.
Really
Go get more potatoes!
I need you to get 10 more seed potatoes then.
Don't worry.
We're
A
having...
really good selection this time. Just you wait.
Please tell me I have more than enough spongy spuds in my new Game Plus inventory. Hooray, we do!
Now we wait for the rain.
Come
Look
on,
at that.
buds. Start your budding already.
I've got a good feeling about this one.
It's gonna be bad because we needed 30. Oh no, we need rain. Where else will we go if not... Splish splash, my freaking non-pond.
Rain. How inconvenient.
Oh, I'm 2 for 2! This non-pond's got my back this time round.
Oh,
Alright,
that's a rare one.
we grew our potatoes, they were bad. We grew our potatoes, surely things will be fine! No, of course not, that would be silly.
We did it. They're budding.
Talk about suspenseful.
Manana are excited for yummy harvest. Hope they grow up big and strong.
Look, they're growing,
We
but...
need to take good care of them.
Looks like it's going well.
Indeed. Now we can breathe a sigh of relief.
Too
We'll
soon.
want to take care of the fertilizer now, right? How do we distribute it?
Actually, I have just the person for that. Earl's a dab hand at gardening. I'm sure he'll be able to help us out if we explain our situation.
I'd appreciate that.
Let's grow potatoes.
Incidentally, where did Kite go?
Stormed off after saying he'd done his field tending duty. Guess he's still not over it.
I suppose it's time for us to pack up. We can't just leave that guy alone. He's always been there for us, through thick and thin.
Kite's a nice
I
guy,
know.
and very
You don't need
important.
to worry about us. Make sure my lieutenant gets the care he deserves.
Will do.
Oh, and I'm pretty sure Earl will explain it for you, but you know the fertilizer? Seems you make it by crushing up seeds, bones, and plants and mixing it all together. Oh, and he also said that having a few helix conches on you would save him some trouble.
You'll get that done in 10 ticks. Or else.
That might be a little tight for us, but we can certainly try. I see some relations have changed.
Go team. Hand over the required items. Let's just hope we... Oh, do we have enough to make fertilizer with Earl?
Now, what was it we needed?
Confident. Easy peasy. Let's go put some fertilizer in our potatoes. Nothing can go wrong in this step, right?
Oh, that's a rare one.
Whoa! They got so big!
Filled to bursting with lively.
Applying fertilizer ought to further foster their growth.
So we just sprinkle the stuff on top and then we're done.
Wrong. They need to be able to absorb the nutrition easily, so first we combine the fertilizer with some soil. Then you spread the mixture around the roots.
So specific.
I've more or less memorized Juniper's info now. Let me know if there's anything you're unsure of.
I can see his time in the survey branch has seeped in, right down to his marrow.
I suspect he might have actually been born with it. He's just the meticulous type.
That's about all we can ask for. I'm grateful.
I'll let him know. All right, guess it's back to the grindstone.
The gang farms. ×2.
Now to wait for more rainfall.
Oh, I'm shaking with excitement.
Are you really?
Well, yeah, we all worked hard for this.
You tell him, love.
Let's see what the coming rain brings.
Yeah!
If only this quest line was so simple. Let's just be glad I have the potatoes. When you do this on a base game file, you have to get 10 potatoes and then it caps you. Then you have to go back and get another 10 potatoes. In a spot that does not have a fast teleport. My man, the non-pawn that makes it rain. Will we be 3 for 3?
Rain, a blessing.
3 for 3! Surprised he hasn't said no. Surely nothing will go wrong with my potatoes.
These little guys have come a long way.
They in springtime of youth, growing up into fine young potatoes.
Nothing gets Manana excited like the prospect of a full belly.
Can you blame her?
Resounding no.
Huh? Why have they changed color?
Oh no. Our potatoes are bad.
Oh no, they're withering.
Why though?
It can't be time to harvest them yet, surely.
I dread to think so. But it could be one of the diseases mentioned in the reference materials. The damage seems to spread from the lesions here, on the root. They bear resemblance to the black rot.
Oh, they better not be. That's supposed to cause rapid decay. Spreads
Oh no,
easily
our
too.
potatoes are gonna get wrecked by...
Let's check the others for similar symptoms. On the double. Lend me a hand, everyone.
Oh no, don't our potatoes having... Spongy spud woes. Farming is not easy.
It's all making sense.
At least they tried, okay? The gang gets full effort for trying. Let's discuss our bad potatoes.
Time to eat then, no?
We
Pull
could
up
do
a
with
chair,
some food.
discuss how we don't have any good potatoes. Spongy spud woes.
Where should I start?
After all our hard work, we have to pull out those potatoes. Let's just hope we still have another 10 potatoes for after. Farming.
All right, everyone. Time to head out.
swear I'll save you. Don't fail me now.
That looks to be all of them.
We'll have to monitor them for a short while. Take note of the state of the stems, not just the color of the leaves.
We should fix up the soil too, right?
Think so. It's supposed to be bad if the underground bits are exposed to light.
Might as well pull up the weeds while we're at it too, huh?
Don't pull the potatoes themselves out.
Mate, I can tell the difference.
And then we hope for rain.
What's wrong?
Oh, I was just thinking how times change. It wasn't so long ago that my sole thoughts were about keeping the flame clock topped up. Now here I am, worrying about soil and potatoes, looking up at the sky.
Potatoes, guys.
I could never have imagined myself in such a position.
True. Who'd have thought you'd chomp on a raw potato or admit to lacking a spine?
Please, don't remind me. I feel flushed just thinking about it.
But I think we've grown a lot closer as a result. I feel like I know you better. Sometimes you don't really get to know someone until you've clashed first, and then sorted out your differences.
You don't beat around the bush, do you?
Anyway, I think we've done what we can here. Let's report back into Juniper.
We need help on farming? Let's just go to the expert. Why didn't we seriously just bring them around the first time? Beats me. You need the dirty, spongy sponge. Good times.
Oh, my plumage is everywhere.
Also, I have a realization because this is New Game Plus. Hang on. I'm supposed to be wearing the eye patch, but because it's New Game Plus, it wouldn't register that. There, now we're playing the pirate game again. Juniper, can you help us farm? Our farmer is on the way. Let's go back to Colony 9. Third time's the charm edition. You know, you just gotta try your best. The gang gets full credit for trying their best. We've never farmed, and it's only 2 pages in the textbook. Which begs the question of how did Tao get so good at farming if, like, no one really told them how to farm? The answer is just keep at it. Or something. Look at that.
Sounds a little rowdy over there.
Is that?
It came from over there. Let's hurry.
Because this wouldn't be an ascension quest. For the fields!
You are not getting through me!
Look
I
at
won't
that.
let their efforts go to waste!
Things are trying to steal my potatoes. Nature, isn't
Kite.
that nice?
You lot!
Talk later. Let's teach those creatures never to set foot upon this land again. We will defend this place with our lives. Show them there is strength in unity.
For a potato quest, we sure are deep. Get away from my field. Just potatoes, you know? Technically, we're fighting over the spuds, and this is so not safe for the spuds. Oh, was that technically a level up? LOL. As if I'm not going to speak the level later. For my potatoes or something. Nailed it.
People, how are we?
We're fine, at least.
Too bad we trampled their spuds.
They really tore up the place, huh?
It's okay, we just need to get another tent. It's fine.
Sorry. I couldn't stop them.
It's not your fault, Kite.
Besides, you were the first to come running here. Don't feel bad. You were tending the fields, weren't you? Trying to keep them safe. The whole time.
I couldn't just sit back. But there was hardly any point.
You shouldn't put yourself down.
You? What are you?
If I could just...
I'll help you. And pull. Guess I don't know my own strength.
Thank you very much.
Are those?
I'm afraid I failed to mention something. Spongy's buds are quite special. They actually use the field itself as a means of storage.
That's why you recommended growing them. Astounding.
Sorry I doubted you. The reason I didn't trust you before, it wasn't because you were Agnian. No, it's because I was weak. Now, I don't expect you to forgive me or anything like that. I know I caused hurt. I'm so sorry.
Now come on, raise your head. You refused to give in. You struggled to change things for the better. The way I see it, that's not weakness. Not from what I hear, anyway.
You don't... No, you don't even know me.
Making a change, Kite. It takes guts. You're a good man. We didn't admit it. But then again, neither did you.
You know what? No one's ever told me that.
I'm sorry about that. I think from now on, I'll make an effort to remind you. Kite, you're an asset to us all.
Commander, could you perhaps help me with a problem? If your offer of support still stands, that is.
Sure. Ask us anything.
Would it be possible to permit me to visit Colony 9 more frequently?
That's no issue for me.
I'm not directly asking for help with a specific problem, but I'd like it if we could build friendly relations between us. If that's all right.
Now I see. Feel free to visit. Anytime.
Same here. Very happy to have you.
Thank you very much, Kite.
What's all this then? Kite's acting weird.
What I'm more worried about is what will happen to the tending of the fields.
I'll be sure to ask them. But maybe not right now. Just look. They're having so much fun.
See, everything is fine. Our potatoes are good.
I see some relations have changed.
Our potatoes are fine. Everyone's got spongy spuds. We didn't have spongy spuds.
I see some relations have changed.
We're actually having enough spongy
Looks
spuds
like
that I'm
colony
picking up some
relations
more.
have changed.
Tau and 9 have an alliance of sorts. Kite's changing. Gosh, Colony 9 is good. Now then, let's talk about it. Should be here now that we have.
This smell.
I might need to come back. At least we solved their food shortages by giving them potatoes. I need to get back. It was deep in the end, wasn't it? Good times. Potatoes, though. I remember there should be a channel, but I might need to just come back later. Later indeed. At least they have food. Okay, well, we're kicking Xeon out. Hero-less is the way to go. Do we have a chat option that we need to have? But we're going to Colony Gamma now. We're gonna go over here. Okay, Lance is finally being chosen as a mentor.
Let's make the most of our break, guys.
Let's make the most of our break, guys.
I think we need to discuss this.
I think we need to discuss this. He's a nerd. Why would anyone want to be trained from... At least he was finally picked, right? Then I have Tau stuff to do.
I'm all refreshed and ready to take on the world.
Take on the world. But this should lead to Teach. No, this leads to Mia, which leads to Teach. A living, breathing Kavesi. And we were just picked because he was just picked because he's Kavesi. This lesson's going well. When you get picked, but it's not because of who you are, it's just because he happens to be Kavesi. Don't worry, we can do this. After all, it's pretty simple. So I have no clue why we're here. Mood. Fight each other. As science, I guess. Let's beat the shit out of each other.
some relation.
Because, you know, isn't this fun? We're a bit high on the level.
Keep it up, Neo. I'll keep up the attack. I know. Feeling good. You want to tussle?
26. You can fight 26.
I need to lie down.
Is that more left? Nailed it! 26 done. Dead and done. Well, not dead, but beaten up. They got thrashed. Way to go, though. Way to be a good sport. Battle review, go. He's only, you know. Part mech. We're all different. And isn't that what matters? Please strip. Strip. It's just taking off clothes. Reflex. Go team. Go team. Look at us go. What a special dude. Mostly of an ecological nature. And then the nerd runs off. Strip gets fucking punched. Why'd you punch me? I don't know. Despite teaching nothing, Len seemed happy enough. And isn't that what matters? Now, is Mio's available yet? Since Mio would be the last one. No. Too soon? Is it too soon? But I want to hang out with Carrie and discuss how it. I mean, I too get lost, easy peasy. What we should do is we should go back to Tau. Since I have some stuff at Tau still. So talk to you, Teach. Hi, Teach. Okay, we're gonna go back to Colony 9 for a moment. Despite us just strip gets fucking punched. So there's nothing here. Why'd you punch me? I don't know, man. Chaotic laughter. Opposite of the start. Okay, 9 is good for now. It might be because I don't have bone milk. Sure. Okie dokie. Well, since I have some Tau quests, we're gonna go to Tau. Well, we should go to Tau. We'll hang out with Colony Tau for now. Charge! Since I am. Got some Tau quests to do still. Piloting the Bravery. Oh, but that's not our boat. We have the boundary, not the bravery. You silly tip screen. That's too soon. Okay. Tau. Since we have some Tau quests. The non-pond, you can see him in the distance.
We could do with some food.
First, we'll talk about mushrooms.
Could you all come round for a second?
The only way to figure out which ones are good and bad is to just eat them all, man.
Let's lay out the facts.
That one's gonna take me to Colony 4. The non-pawn are here!
We need to discuss this.
The non-pawn. Non-pawn are everywhere. Cultural exchange. They're not just non-pawn.
Let's move out.
Looks like colony relations have changed.
It's not just non-pawn, it's triple stack non-pawn. Would like to eat meat, please. Would like to eat sweets, and then there's the third one. Oh, the non-pawn fusion standing on top of each other. You walking stomachs! I mean, that is non-pawn. Inconvenience. Non-pawn are just special. And if we get the parts, they'll make the food thing. Do we have the parts needed? Let's find out.
Okay, so we're handing over...
We do. Maybe. Got him. It's got a few loose screws, but it's fine. Inaugural smoking. But it's fine, we have plenty of meat. We have plenty of meat, it's fine. We do have plenty of meat.
I'm not particularly good with machines. I wonder if I could operate this.
Now, what was it we needed?
I mean, we have so much meat. Easy peasy. One thing is a great question. How do they not fall over? They're just triple stacked, and how don't they fall over? Oh, 6 non-pawn
Looks
silver?
like colony relations have changed.
My stomach's growling.
Look at that. How do they not fall over?
I see some relations have changed. Looks like colony relations have changed.
Okie dokie. Then we also have the one that's over here. To Colony 4. Yeehaw. Gotta find down our missing person now.
My stomach's growling. Didn't mean to talk to Jeremy. Jeremy doesn't like me.
It's all making sense.
It's all making sense.
We could do with some food.
Let's discuss the meaning of life.
Where should I start?
She was here, but not here. really close friend was murdered. Revenge! Oh boy. Isn't this fun? Queen's Royal Robes. That's a new one. Go team.
I'm all refreshed and ready to take on the world.
Revenge. When embarking on the road to revenge, dig 2 graves. Oh look, found her! See? But it wasn't really revenge, it was just trying to learn.
I see some relations.
I see some relations have changed.
Looks like colony relations have changed.
It looks like colony relations have changed. You don't say, Noah. You don't say. Oh no, what does it say is new? That's with Gray in the city. We're hanging outside right now. Can we continue Doric yet? It's time to find out.
Having to fight in a highly populated area would be pretty demanding.
Like,
we'll have to keep our guard up.
Remember how to. Up. Give me yellow chan option. Oh, were they just talking about livenesses? Okay. Cause this one in I ordered Tide. Oop, we got another one here.
My stomach's growling.
We talking about food too? I'm sorry, Juniper. Even though you're useless as a hero. Boop. That conversation in a bit. Oh boy. I had to spin the camera to get that one. Supplies. We can do that. We can do supplies. Let's go, team. Let's go. I need a tweak level. Only time will tell. Let's all
Better
pull
make
up
sure
a
we're
chair
well
and
rested.
discuss. Does I need to be helping Noah who's falling apart?
I think we need to discuss this.
Supplies, man. We gotta help resupply. Seeing as we, you know, took a bunch of their supplies. We'll talk about armies and levnesses later.
Right, should we get a move on?
Right then, should we get a move on? What level is this? What are you doing? Oh, I'm gonna need to put Alexandria in the party. Why would I start popping up? Alexandria! Actually, I don't need to. Do I need to? Fine, time will tell. Let us get supplies for friends. What is migration? See, this is a good point. Well, yes, you can always create a massive plan. You also don't want to help too much. You gotta let personal growth, you know? Work your way out of some situations. If I just give everyone all, like, everything, you know, without allowing them to think for themselves, what's the point?
Here we go!
The desert, my old friend, though. First come, first serve. A little murder. You just get used to monsters and all that jazz. But see, everything is fine. Now we gotta go bust the other unit out. They're right up here.
Are they fighting each other? Rude.
They just don't have supplies. Let us repair while we hear fighting on the background.
Good to add more names.
We already have. How convenient. Just get back to the colony. Helping others is where it's at. And training. And Alexandria is playing 5D chess with her own colony. Are we going back down?
Is that everyone accounted for now?
Looks like it. Let's get back to the storehouse and tell Shell the good news.
Do it every time. See, everything is fine. All you need is some supplies. Not that it matters because I already have max affinity with everyone. But everyone 3 resupplied. And everyone was fine, honestly. And we'll just shove these supplies out for funsies because I can. Colony at Uda gets times 15.
Have changed.
Not that it matters because everyone's already maximum affinity. But
We just had to persevere.
we gotta build up the relationships, yeah?
We just had to persevere.
Just gotta persevere. Now what does it say now? Nailed it.
Looks like colony relations have changed. Looks like colony relations have
changed. Pretty soon. Trying something, or trying to find something, rather. Okay. What if we...
You just leave things to me.
That's what we're looking for. I might need Valdi and the party for him. 30 in that case. The joy of having everyone's Ascension quests be available is I've technically already leveled everyone, so I don't need to level. That's what we're looking for. Out of curiosity, then. If I show Valdi back, that's not Valdi. Near Valdi. There's a question mark pop up over there. Yep. That's what we're looking for. But since we're here, we're gonna do Alexandria first. Alexandria-related events. Let's go.
Just ask yourself, can we really afford not to do it? Please convey this to Dame Alex.
Yep.
Look, I'm telling you, there's no way she'd agree.
You seem to be having fun. Mind if I join in on the pleasantries?
Huh? Dame Alex?
We can explain everything.
Don't trouble yourself, Chickadee. I'll hear it from him directly.
I want to hold a tech summit with Colony 30.
See, there we go.
Continue?
I know you're reluctant. But now that we've been released from the Flame Clock, and the wall between Kevis and Agnes has crumbled, now's the perfect time to institute a tech exchange. If it's successful, it could even lead to stronger, more lasting peace.
You had problems with Colony 30 in the past?
We fought against them before, just once, but they absolutely wiped the floor with us. Never before or since has Dame Alex misread an enemy to that degree. The bitter aftertaste from that event has lingered for years, giving us all headaches.
Colony 30, wipe the floor with them.
Who's bitter at whom now? It doesn't sound half bad. Let's have a technology summit.
Really?
Dame Alex?
Kevis's Colony 30 stands at the forefront of technology. This is not a problem in the slightest.
Lies. This ain't a problem.
Truly, not even a speck of one.
Yeah.
Now we've done it.
Chickadee, contact Colony 30. Tell them I'm coming.
Yes, understood.
Understood. Look at what we've done.
Gambert, we will rendezvous there. I'll bring results home. You'll see.
Of course, Mom. I'll depart on the double.
They've definitely got skills there, but this is Valdi we're talking about. I don't think you need to get so worked up.
Suppose I told you that Colony 30 was currently struggling with an urgent water shortage. What would you imagine?
Huh? Oh, I don't know. Burst water mains or something?
Or their spring dried up?
Incorrect. The right answer was big cleaning project at the colony.
Oh, you have got to be joking.
Regrettably, I am not. It really happened.
That does kind of sound like Valdi, though, huh?
There are also many Noppon living there. They tend to follow their own unique rules.
Precisely. They are unique, and therefore worth studying in greater depth. Knowing your opponent and preparing accordingly. That is the foundation of any battle.
Do you still consider Colony 30 your enemy then, Alexandria?
This isn't about enemies or allies. All I'm saying is that the side that gets careless loses.
30 is a very touchy
So
point.
your strategy is outright distrust then?
What are you trying to say?
Hurt others first to avoid being hurt yourself. Do you think that's logical?
It's a matter of opinion.
And you're entitled to that. Say what you will, but they've got a good colony over there.
They only
right.
wiped the floor with
If you
iota
don't mind,
past.
could we attend this technology summit of yours? We could help introduce you and Valdi too.
Yes. I dare say with you by my side, they may be less guarded than otherwise. I suppose I may require your assistance.
Let's have
Good
fun.
to add more names.
I will not fail. I will not.
The grudge seems pretty deep-seated.
Looks like colony relations have changed.
Looks like colony relations have changed. Pengu said enthusiastically. What level is this quest? Do I need to tweak mine? Ooh, we might actually. Hang on. 57. What level am I currently sitting at? 47. Hang on. We gotta go to a campfire. The technology summit can wait like a minute, right? It's 57. I'm not gonna try that so under.
Let's make the most of our break, guys.
We'll match it. Then we'll jump back down later. Haha, chaotic. And I'm gonna bring Alexander back down. Challenge! It's all in the name of challenge.
I definitely feel stronger.
Alright, everyone. Time to head out.
Let's hit the trail. Ahem, now we can have our tech summit. Yep. Now we can have our deep-seated grudge tech summit.
Whoa. Whoa! This is all just so over the top.
Yes, though mainly your reaction.
Welcome, welcome. I've been waiting.
Hey, pal. How you doing?
Not too shabby, I suppose. Riku, Chief, Manana.
Friend Valdi! Manana missed friend!
Yeah, no need to be shy, Chief.
I envy you your energy levels, bud.
He's just so energetic, always, man.
It has been a while. I'm glad to see you in high spirits.
Thank you. And yes, I'm pretty good. Who's this?
She's the commander from Colony Iota. You got the message, right?
Oh, you're Anti-Exandria. Thanks for reaching out.
He tried.
Alexandria, actually. It would honor me greatly if you'd remember.
Alexandria. A pleasure to meet you. I'm the commander of Colony 30, Valdi. This will be my first technology summit. I'm really excited about this.
Look at him
I
go.
myself, not so much.
Hey now.
Really? You don't like Levnesses?
I don't, especially yours.
I see. Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
I don't like your stuff. Well, that's too bad.
Then I hope that by the end of the day, you'll have learned to love them just as much as I do.
Look at him go. He's so
You're a
energetic.
credit to your colony, Commander. But don't you think you should be on your guard even a little?
Why would I? We have no reason to fight.
You might be the only one who thinks that.
Obviously not. If I was, the others wouldn't have brought you.
You trust them, don't you?
Just as you do. Right, Alexandria?
Look at them go.
Of course.
All right then. Let me show you around. There's lots of stuff on the ground, so you'll have to watch your step. I have nothing to hide from friends. Feel free to look around.
It's just a grudge. It's fine.
I see some relations have changed.
Just a bit. Baldy, can you walk faster,
Seems
bud?
happy, doesn't he? I bet he doesn't get to show off like this very often.
We're looking at Dork.
I love it. Everywhere I turn, there's hard-working Nopon.
Oh, they're not working. They're just doing their own thing. They snooze when they're sleepy and eat when they're hungry. Sometimes they just wander off.
Still, they look quite busy. What might they be making?
So just listen to this. I've been thinking about it a while. We're looking into constructing a smaller, stronger Levnis, focusing on 3 pillars: durability, serviceability, and ease of use. Actually, the whole premise of our work, like fixing things, might need rethinking. If you put too many features on one Levnis, then you need more time and parts, and it ends up costly and hard. Not to mention the handling, so to get out of the cycle.
All right, calm down now.
Huh? But I was calm.
I like this guy already. This new model's design is really very interesting.
Thank you. I'm happy you think so. Oh, hey, do you want to work with us? We've just been looking for team members for Project Bingo.
Bingo.
Bingo?
It's what I'm calling this new model. I was thinking about it, and when I figured it out, it was like bingo. So we named it that.
Sounds
Great name.
I spend lots of time thinking about stuff too. So I'd love some hands-on experience to really improve and...
Look at them go.
Gumbert?
By which, of course, I mean... Do you have any units in a state closer to completion?
Sure I do. I just made friends with one such unit recently, in fact.
What do you mean, friends?
I'll introduce you. She's in the hangar over there.
It's just a passive grudge, you know?
How many Levnesses does he have here? These are his friends.
Don't worry too much about it. This is Valdi we're talking about.
Baldy, can you walk faster?
Ah, there she is.
What the?
Wait. Robo-Buddy is a friendly.
Robo-Buddy.
Buddy?
It's this little one's name.
Look at him
Where'd you
go.
pick it up?
Oh, she was strolling about outside.
It must have been on patrol, dude. Did you have to go and drag it in?
It doesn't treat Kevesi as hostiles. Does it not even distinguish between Kevis and Agnes? But why would that be? Some error in the control circuits?
There's no errors here, and she's not broken.
You're conversant with Agnian technology?
No way. Well, I guess I dabble, but there's tons of stuff I don't understand there. That's where I started tinkering with those that I do. First, the question of how Agnian autolevs operate autonomously. I think it's mostly to do with ether signaling, but I figured if we could break it down, we might be able to transmit stuff back to them from our side as well. Anyway, I spent ages racking my brain about it, but if you look at stuff like friend or foe identification, it gets mixed up.
Wait, back up. Are you saying you can control it?
Well, it's not that precise, really. But at least we're friends now. Right?
Is this for real?
If they actually succeed at implementing this at scale...
Yeah. It would turn the rules of engagement right on their sparking head.
Valdi, what are you having Robo-Buddy do?
Just moving and disposing of materials. It's still in the test phase, so we're keeping things simple.
And which section is in charge?
That would be the bingo guys. Why?
Why don't I ask you straight? Are you planning to use it as a weapon?
No flipping way. I would never. She's not for fighting. I made friends with her to stay friends with her.
Well, if that's the case, then it would seem you've missed your mark. Your friend seems to have other plans.
Oh look, it wants to fight.
Robo-Buddy, why?
No use debating it. Ready arms.
How unexpected.
Eyes over here. Got you. Come here. You're doing great out there, lad.
At least we'll get to defeat the alphabet one letter at a time again. Easy peasy.
Robo-Buddy.
Well, that makes things clear. Somebody within Colony 30 has been secretly misappropriating materials.
Misappropriating? What are you talking about?
Look at the Collectopedia card. You said the 3 pillars for your new Levnis were durability, serviceability, and ease of use. However,
it's only a mild good.
The materials Robo-Buddy was collecting were waning lapis and venolium. A brittle rock and a highly scarce metal. What ought we to think about that?
Oh, you're right. This isn't what I asked for. But hang on, Alexandria. How did you know to check our Collectopedia cards?
I asked her to. I figured it might help. But it looks like I was right. Do you have any idea who the culprit might be?
Not at all. Maybe it's all just a big misunderstanding.
Wouldn't that be nice? If only this game was just a
Robo-Buddy clearly
misunderstanding.
turned hostile and attacked us. Which is to say, it must have been under the control of someone other than Valdi.
But what were they after?
Might it have been to make a poison?
Poison?
Yes. Both of those materials contained certain toxic compounds. Of particular note is the lack of identifiable scent or flavor. When mixed in with food, they're nearly unnoticeable.
Well, someone's well read.
Our consul had some shady hobbies, and he liked to talk.
So, what would happen if you swallowed it?
Depending on the concentration, dizziness, numbness, diarrhea, emesis. And in more severe cases...
Ugh, enough.
Oh, fantastic. I managed to retrieve the logs. If we analyze them, we should be able to figure out where it came from. Is that okay?
A-okay by me. We gotta stop the baddies.
All right then. Sorry to use...
There's only one baddies in this game.
Looks like the friendship part might have all been in my head. But thanks for thinking of it that way anyway.
Honestly, such carelessness.
Alexandria? You've been looking sad all this time. Is something the matter? Anything we could help with?
I'm used to all this, and I hate it.
Alex? Did you hear me?
It's nothing. You don't have to worry.
All right, analysis is complete. You can unpack the data whenever.
Let's go
Good
throw
job,
hands
Gambert.
with Mobius.
Why don't you wait here? Commander, I trust I can leave my man with you?
Huh? I thought I'd be going with you.
But there may be other machines like Robo-Buddy. You're the only one who can tell them apart. Let's tackle both threads simultaneously.
Yeah, okay. I'll stay in the colony this time then. Give Robo-Buddy's boss my regards.
on the road again.
Tyon, what's your opinion on this?
It's mostly aligned with yours. There's something else going on here.
Joke's on the game, I know where to go.
Hey, get a load of this. We should be able to climb up to that.
Watch your footing, guys.
Are they fighting each other? Rude.
What a trophy we found!
Oh no, is it gonna be picky about where the path is?
Whoa, got a rare doodah right here.
Since I have to follow the path even if I know where we're going. Ooh, it is. There we go. Even if I know where I'm going.
Quite a rare sight.
Alex, are you okay? You're not looking too well.
It's nothing. I'm just thinking about the past.
Shira's Ascension Quest as well, since everyone's Ascension Quest should be pretty much available right now. Thank you doing the big thing. I don't need to do the Ascension Quest because I already technically cap them at 20, but it's all for the sake of plot, because I didn't need to unlock them either. Seeing as I can have literally anyone in my party on G Game Plus. Oh look! We made it! Finally! The middle of nowhere.
This is where the logs run out. Let's search the surroundings.
Technically, it's not the middle of nowhere. It's the battlefield, but
No,
you know.
Hold on. Past there is...
Oh, look. The edge of the world. Look at that! It's our friend!
I didn't for a minute dream you'd fall for the oldest trick in the book. Dear Ouroboros, how do we ever fear you?
I know that screech. It's the
Q didn't die.
So he's alive?
Q didn't die.
If I died so easily, I'd be a human. But as fortune has it, Hey! I'm still talking here!
I'm sorry. I couldn't care less. How primitive can you get? You didn't really think you'd fooled me.
No.
Ha!
I knew you for a craven, Alex. You were plainly going to secure the retreat.
Oh, so you do have two brains. Everything's going numb.
A very special liveness that was. Oh, it isn't fast acting, so relax. I formulated it for the water supply, you see.
You're after... Colony 30.
It doesn't matter so much where. The important thing is the water. It will soon become the object of the most vicious raids!
You worm!
However, seeing that you're here, I might arrange a whole different playtime. We can create a tableau of your little act of betrayal. And see how you like it when you're the one being poisoned!
Act of betrayal?
Mother! Stop spewing your idiot lies!
Oh dear, you haven't told your friends then. Well then. I guess they're no friends of yours!
Too slow! Master E gave me the full lowdown already! This little minx has therefore the ambition drilled her to kill her old commander! She brewed up a poison to make him weak, then staged it like he died in battle! Even better, she made her accomplices team leaders to shut them up! And they're still chumming it up today!
Alex.
He's telling the truth. I regret nothing. He wasted men and resources, clung to outdated tactics. If his tyranny continued, Iota would surely have collapsed.
Oh, how grisly! How ghastly! Never knowing when one might die in one's sleep. Unable to trust your friends. Nay, I go so far as to say they lost their trust in you.
That's right. And so, I'm not asking you to trust me.
You roasted some cheap bait there. That's not like you.
Tyon!
Everyone's got some husks in their closet. And as for me, I'm choosing to trust you.
Oh, the cut me! Right. to the quick. In this game, to the cruel get the spoils.
Oh no, not my controller falling asleep during one of the most fun cutscenes. It's very good. I like this game. We have some important moments, you know? This my controller doesn't need a charger. Go team! Let's throw hands.
Let me demonstrate in quick order.
You truly are despicable. It makes two of us.
Eyes over here! Wow, thanks! Been bouncing! Eyes here! Been bouncing!
A fusion of us!
Eat this! Thanks!
You won't get away!
No escape! Are you away from me?
Oh no. No, don't do that. Hey, when I freaking do that.
Much appreciated.
Being an idiot, stay back!
Eat this!
Keep me back! Eyes over here!
Much appreciated.
No escape!
You won't get away!
Neo is dying. Oh dear.
No escape!
You guys ready for this? Fine, yeah, let me at it! Let me give you a taste!
We can just build lucky. Like the cheater that I am. Technically, it's not cheating if I build lucky myself. That's where I'm at. I can build the gauge. Because Kavesi ones are slow as heck.
Do it, Tyon! Eyes over here! Fuck now, then!
Now we just gotta beat the crap out of Q, because you know what, this game out of context is just beating up the alphabet one letter at a time. Yesterday we had fun with X and L. Got it!
I can't go easy on you!
Now can we get... Final lucky? I know.
We'll finish it here! I use my thinking muscles for this one! I put the plan in motion! Only!
I don't think I've ever seen Alexandria and Shane. What's my Oh well, I should have done that. Oh well. Oopsie poopsie. My bad. Let's get one of our 15 TP brains.
Observe my strategy. I'll make it.
That's not Noah. Shoot, I was hoping, well, you know what? Alexandria works too? But my lucky 7! My lucky 7. Chain theme. That's Noah. That's my boy. Yippee! I do miss being level 99. Whose is it? That works for me. One more slash for good measure. What's it gonna be? When you get to the ridiculous levels, gosh, Lucky's 155 on his own.
Hope you're ready for us. Stay right there.
That wasn't too bad, mostly because I'm in lucky mode. Too bad we can't Origin Blade yet. Got him. Tom, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Break. Topple. Launch. Smash. Q is a stupid letter.
Alex!
I see a blind spot!
Let me go! You have to, or you'll...
Alex, you said it yourself. You were counting on us.
This here's my friend. So back off!
We're not done here! What is this? Damn swindle.
Lucky 7 OP, baby.
That was too close for comfort.
You can say that again.
You can say that again.
I didn't even know that was the line. Nailed it.
Oi,
Go team.
What the spark were you playing at? I seriously thought you'd snuff it.
Hey, I trust you. I knew you'd make it in time. Probably.
All in good fun.
On what basis?
Well, I didn't exactly have time to ponder it.
You smug little clod.
Please don't frighten me like that.
It's all
But
in good
why?
fun.
How can you do those things? You could have died.
Yes,
Could have, but
that's
didn't.
just Noah's way.
This is our boy Noah.
Survive this long if you're always so careless.
I'm telling you, we count on one another. That's how we've learned to do it. Perhaps I'm not explaining it right. But in any case, I think there's something rather elegant at the heart of it.
So that's what you call strategy? I swear, you Ouroboros must be the most peculiar people I've met.
How many times have we heard that?
Too peculiar to trust?
How many times have we been called
If you
weird?
were, I'd have been long gone. Thank you for trusting me.
Right back at you.
Look at this. The lesson of the day is trust.
Let's get back to Valdi. He's probably getting worried.
And Noah nearly died, but he's fine, okay? All in good fun. Baldi, right. Q is stupid. Q is always a stupid letter anyway. Q is a word and is about just the letter with a bunch of silent letters after it. Hello, friends. We're not dead. Or mostly not dead.
Hey, welcome back, you guys. That was shocking news you sent. Didn't think I'd hear about Q again. I'm sorry about putting you through that.
Don't worry about it. We've gotten a lot out of the bargain as well, I assure you. And I'm sure Gambert has been absorbing it all like a sponge.
Dame Alex, about that. Respectfully, there's something I'd like to discuss, if you please.
You want to stay here, don't you?
How did you know?
The Nopon are staring. Well then, Valdi, what would you say if I proposed a temporary staff exchange? Gambert, for one of your mechanics?
Dame Alex. Really?
I think it would be intellectually stimulating for both our sides.
Alright, sounds cool. Let me quickly talk to my buds.
Who wants to go to Colony Iota?
Dame Alex, what's brought this on?
Pardon? Brought what on?
Never mind.
We got the okay. They say they'll move ASAP.
Very good. This should help foster better relations between our colonies.
We've learned
What do
trust,
you mean,
guys.
better? We're already fast friends.
You're right. I misspoke.
Gambit, come on. Gotta introduce you to everyone.
Huh? What? Now? Hey, hang on.
Look at us go.
Well, that's one thing taken care of.
Right. About that.
We won't tell anyone about what Q said.
I mean, it's not like you could get court-martialed for it at this point.
For the record, though, I can't say I approve of your methodology.
Indeed. If you try something like that again, well, we'll just have to stop you. And then we'll put our heads together to come up with a less bloody way. So no more agonizing alone. Got it?
That's
Go team!
reassuring.
If that's how you really feel, then let us help you. That is, since we're friends now and all.
Go team!
Thank you.
Sure. And thank you too.
Wow.
That was for saving me earlier? I hadn't had a chance to say it sooner.
You really didn't have to.
It would have eaten at me if I didn't.
I have to say, I thought you were more chill than that, Alexandria.
Aw, she's actually kind of a sweetheart, ain't she?
What? Are you making fun of me?
It's just a bit of friendly banter. You'll get used to it in no time.
So she's learned how to open up a little. Good for her.
Looks at Tyon. You don't say. We did it! Healthier relations! Now seem possible. You just gotta dig deep and tell the truth. And yeah, everything's fine, guys. I swear. Colony Iota. Relationships have changed. Look at all those cooperatings. Isn't this fun? It's only emotionally painful how everyone else has a different freaking aspect of their story that all ties into the main theme of this game. Great! On the road of doing everyone's ascension quest, since that's where we're at in life. My guy Valdi, since we're standing right here.
Hey, Valdi, is Yuzette not around?
It shouldn't be yet.
You're right. I wonder where
We gotta do some things first. He's taking a snooze.
Yuzette, what happened?
Was standing 1 minute and then flop onto ground.
What?
You're overreacting, don't you think? I'm just exhausted, that's all.
Since, you know, he's actually running the colony.
Yourself too hard.
Workload's pretty intense right now. I've got to do my part to keep the colony running.
Since, you know...
We used to get support based on how well the Levna Scorpions performed in battle. The castle provided for us. So now we have to work like a mudder to make up the shortfall.
Why didn't you tell me?
Didn't think I needed to. I thought I could manage well enough by myself.
Now that stink of untruth. Yuzette working hard for Valdi. Did not want sympathy vote.
Hey!
Yuzette want to act dependable to get on good side of Valdi. Tried hard not to show weakness.
Is that true?
What does it matter? Fact is, I can't be lying down on the job.
Look, we get that you're under a lot of pressure. What is it that needs doing, anyhow?
Dispatching of Levnesses to Colony Lambda.
To Lambda?
So you're lending out Kavesi Levnesses to Agnes?
That's right. Even after they've served their purpose in battle, the Levnesses themselves can still function. I wanted to get as much use out of them as I could.
So he say. But now look at sorry state of him. Where Papa also means showing Yuzette ropes as little side project.
Oh, you were teaching me?
Let me help. I'd love to.
Who's the real commander?
Give me a job to do.
Huh?
He's the commander here.
Well, if you're asking, how about handling the Levna shipment I was talking about? Once you get them there, it's just a matter of delivering them to the commander.
Sure thing. I can do that.
Incidentally, what need does Commander Izzard have with Kavesi Levnesses?
I'm not 100% on the details, but he wants them for some kind of survey.
Levnesses to scout something out. I wonder what's going on at Lambda.
No
Let's
point
find out.
speculating when we can just check it out ourselves.
So
Right?
true.
Right.
Let's go
Be
to
thorough,
Lambda.
Yeah? Oh, but, don't push it too hard.
Oh, we'll be fine. You just take a lie down and make sure you're all rested up. So then, off to Colony Lambda we go.
Hi-ho, it's off to Lambda we go. For yet another Ascension quest.
Looks like colony relations have changed.
Talk to Izzard. Oop, wrong one. Actually, out of curiosity, what level is this one? Is this 42? We're going to jump back down. Come on, region. I really love this game and how everyone's written differently. Gosh darn it, Pengu.
Looks like colony relations have changed.
Looks like colony
Better make sure
relations
we're
have
well
flipped and
rested.
changed. What if we like go like 43? Mostly because there are so many quests in this game, I don't necessarily, contrary to how I don't remember all of them. I only remember almost all of them. Or do I remember every single side quest / this hero quest / ascension quest in this game? Technically speaking, I think I could also do, well, I need to get into the Ethereal Sea first. Or rather, go further in the sea before we can do Tyon's Ascension, or Tyon's side story, and Izzard's Ascension. This is the I'm never playing story again.
I definitely feel stronger.
What do you mean you feel stronger? We went backwards, didn't we? Did it finally get confused?
Huh. There we go.
Right then, should we get moving?
I went backwards, right? Yeah, I did. Oh hey, there's the yellow chat option! Oh, it's thinking I'm looking at the supply drop though.
It shouldn't have fallen far. Let's try looking.
Oh yeah, the mountains that got blown up. And that was cool, man.
Tasty.
Let me up. What we got here? Hooray, ether!
Huh?
Ether is also a snipe
Hey,
plant.
did you guys hear something?
Oh no, we fell. Yo, Isard, my man!
Commander Izzard, right? We're here with the Levnesses you ordered.
I appreciate how readily you accepted our request. Thank you. But I must say, I hadn't expected you to deliver them in person, Commander.
Yeah, sorry about that. We had to improvise. Oh, you know how to operate them, right? Our guys normally do the piloting.
We've hired pilots for that very reason. Though, we wouldn't mind getting some pointers.
Oh, that's great. Our pilots have been wanting to chat with you too. Anything you need to know, just ask.
Glad to hear it.
Commander Izzard, I hear you're using the Levnesses for some sort of survey. Care to divulge?
Yes, about that. We've observed recently that our water sources around the colony are being rapidly depleted.
So you're using them to investigate?
No. In fact, the survey branch has already identified the cause. It's the Ansels living at the top of the Great Falls.
Ansels? But their natural habitat should be the Urian Mountains.
It's almost like those kind of got
And their presence here has been affecting the flora. We're particularly
partially
concerned
blown up.
about their laying waste to the cure grass we use to treat our troops.
That's an issue, all right.
So you want to take those overgrown feather brains out of the picture? That it?
Which is why you need powerful Levnesses.
You're looking a bit worse for wear there, Izzy. You been running yourself ragged too?
Two?
My lieutenant's also been burning himself out.
Oh.
Noah?
Let's involve ourselves, because we can't let anything go
I'll
unsolved.
help you out too.
I appreciate the offer, but I think...
You underestimate this job, and you're going to collapse from overexertion too. Better to share the load, no? It'll make life easier.
Share the birds,
really
man.
worried about him.
Could be a nice little excursion. No one's gonna complain.
Go murder.
All right then, if it's no trouble.
Let us go a-murdering together.
We'll have this issue sorted in no time flat with you on board.
Easy peasy. Just let us at him.
I look forward to this, Commander Valdi.
Go team! Where are we going? We are going up there. Up there is... Up there indeed.
Is that Otto breaking clams? The Ansels were sighted a bit further up, right?
That's right. There are skeeter nests around here as well. We should take care.
Wait, is that...
Let us commit some murder!
You're a lifesaver. Enemies broken away from me.
Eyes over here! Great! I'm way out of your league!
Keep it up, Neo.
That looks like them all.
Easy
They
peasy.
won't be tearing up the cure grass any longer. I hope that now... their fighting days are finally over.
Baldy, pleased to look. Such pretty, pretty flowers.
Oh, wow. But it's such a tiny patch of them.
You think those ants have got them or something?
No, those flowers are from the Urian Mountains. And they don't normally grow in this region.
Well, how then?
Maybe it's just as Uni said. Maybe the Ansels carried the seeds and they ended up here.
That's nuts. They probably had the seeds stuck in their feathers. And they just happened to land here.
Still, of all the places they could have bloomed.
It's just random chance, Uni. Not like they grew here on purpose. Only questions whether they make it.
They did choose. They chose to bloom up here. They never gave up. They're just like me. This world, it lives and breathes, just like me.
Happy revelation?
Yeah, it's awesome.
I never thought we'd be able to find a serious anemone here.
Go team.
You look pretty pleased, Tyon. Make us a cuppa then.
How do all these quests tie into the main freaking theme of the game? I don't know. These writers were really on something. Back to Isard! Everything's fine and we found a pretty flower. Having a moment. Hi Isard, we're back! Killing things was fun.
I see it went well. We've already received your report.
About the Ansel's impact on the environment.
It's all good. Our survey branch will be monitoring the situation carefully.
Then how about we leave the Levnesses here? Could you give us an update if you happen to find out anything new?
You feeling okay there, Valdi? You sound like you're interested in something that's not a Levnis.
Oh, come on. They're adapting to their environment by themselves. It's such an amazing phenomenon. How could I possibly pass it up?
Ha, how indeed. The most feared mechanic in Kevis. So wide-eyed and innocent.
He is just a child.
Huh?
Up until we met in person, I pictured you as a cold, ruthless commander who would stop at nothing to achieve
He
victory.
is just a child.
That's the Colony 30 Consul's fault.
Yeah, Valdi himself's got nothing but Levnis on the brain.
Hey, that's mean. Well, perhaps you're right. I've been blindly sending Levnesses to their destruction.
But you're only looking at one aspect of the whole. Aren't you furthering a large-scale project for a new model? I hear it's a type of Levnis designed for a wholly different purpose.
Doric!
Huh? How'd you hear about that?
The survey branch has eyes and ears everywhere.
Oh, look at me and the fancy spy network I used to work for.
You're talking about Doric. He's my friend. When he's finished, you've got to come visit.
I believe I will. I look forward to building a lasting
Not me
friendship
knowing
with
how
Colony
Doric
30.
went.
I'd be happy
Look
to
at
accept
that
your
friendship.
assistance in the future.
Great, I can't wait.
Friends!
Good news all round, huh?
Friends!
Phew, now I'm friends with Izzard. Yuzette has so got to hear about this.
Now we go back to Colony 30.
Well then, let's not keep him waiting. Back to Colony 30.
Baldi is just a kid. He is literally just a child. Where he goes, oh, he's like the most stupid kid, and then you realize he's just a child.
Something smells tasty.
Oh, I'm gonna have to use it, not.
I'm back!
Hey, you taking it easy now?
Yeah. You were gone for some time. It wasn't just a quick there and back.
Yeah, one thing led to another.
Sorry to butt in. Yuzette! The Nopod are in a real tizzy. Won't stop moaning about the lack of Levnite.
Oh, they finally gone and used it up.
Is it important?
It's an ore we use for Levness maintenance. Tune them up with it and they're gliding like they're on ice.
We're already negotiating with Colony 4 to get us some of theirs. I, don't suppose you could try to smooth things over with the crew, just for the time being.
Oof. Well, I'll see what I can do.
Yuzette, you know that transmission we received earlier?
Look at all these problems.
There's a problem. How much is this guy juggling?
Too much.
There's not much point in him trying to recuperate here when he keeps getting pestered like this.
What? What do you mean? You can't erase a shipment?
Oh, I wasn't privy to the details. All I know is that some guy called Solon from Colony 4 told us to tell you.
Hey, look! Problems.
Hey, Noah.
I know what you're thinking.
Let's go to Colony 4, because this was way too short and easy for a quest. Let's go to Colony 4, baby!
Looks like colony relations have changed.
Looks like colony relations have changed. Excuse me, can I have your supplies, please?
What's going on in Colony 4 exactly? Something smells tasty.
These are not good tidings. Especially when we're so swamped.
Excuse me, are you Solon?
Ah, yes. How may I help you?
I'm here about the Levnite shipment to Colony 30. I was told that you couldn't send it, and I was hoping to find out why.
Did you run into an issue?
When don't we have issues?
Well, we sent some of our compeers to Dana Desert, but we haven't heard from them since. I can't exactly leave my post, so I was deliberating as to how we should proceed.
Look at that, we can
You said
handle
the
it.
desert, right? Anywhere in particular?
The richest Levnite veins can be found by a landmark known as Glamrock, so you might try there.
That seems like enough to go on, right?
Let's go, team, let's go! It's all about building lasting relations with each other.
You do this?
We can't just ignore someone in need. And besides, we need to get our hands on that Levnite.
Well then, thank you very much. I hope to hear good news from you.
Hip hip hooray, we're going.
Friends didn't return? That sounds kind of worrying.
We'd better go find them quick.
Let's see, do we have a teleport to it? Let's see, where are we going? We going up there, and I do indeed have a teleport to it. I have the teleport. Skip travel! Hooray, we're in the desert! I just like the Night Deserts theme.
There they are.
Granted, I like all the themes in this game, but look at that! Charge!
We'll have this sorted out in a jiffy.
Let's rush them down.
Fine by me.
Are you all right?
Yes, thank you. You saved our skins. Never seen monsters like that before. They really caught us off guard.
Yeah, it's weird that those monsters were there.
One would usually expect them to reside in their natural habitat, above the Great Cot Falls.
So they decide to move house? This isn't walking distance we're talking here.
This is a whole nother
From
region.
their old territory. After what happened to those mountains, the Ansels must have tried to take shelter beneath the Great Falls.
I mean, yeah, 'cause the mountains got blown up.
That's what pushed these guys out. And then they moseyed on over here to the desert.
Our squad leader just gave us an update. You're here to pick up the Levnine. If you want, we can just give it to you here. Saves you a trip back to Colony 4, right?
You sure? Well, thanks.
This'll at least take one thing off Yuzette's plate.
Those mountains got blown up, so everything that changed the ecosystem. Naturally.
Hold up. That Levnis.
Hey, Commander. Good to see you back.
Hey, Zuza. This little buddy's the Levnis we lent Izzard, isn't it? Doesn't he want it anymore?
To thank us for your offer of cooperation with Colony Lambda, they've sent us a fair bit of supplies and food.
Wow! All this? I'll need to thank him a bunch.
Ah, Commander, there you are. Guess what? Colony 4 just approached us with a deal to receive regular shipments of Levnite from them.
What? What? What?
I'll head down the docks and tell everyone.
He's just a child.
Just like that, it would appear that the bond between our respective colonies has been restored.
Nice one.
Huh?
He hasn't even realized, has he? Come on, man!
You brought everyone together, Valdi.
I did?
It's really quite amazing. Even though you're all doing different things, you help each other out in all sorts of different ways.
That's right. And when there's something missing, it always has a knock-on impact somewhere else. Sometimes you don't notice something's awry until after that effect has manifested itself.
Ah. You know, the world's kind of like a Levnis, isn't it? It's like a mesh of so many different parts, all interconnected. And because it's made up of all these different things and people, it moves. It's alive.
So then, Valdi and Manana are also belong to parts of world?
Not just us. My buddies here are too.
Not just some tools to be used, eh?
Right, they're not. I'm just reaching for ideas right now. But hey, I'm a mechanic. And if the world's like a Levnis, then I sure as spark should be able to fix it. I'll make a new tomorrow, where we can all live in harmony.
Ambitious goal for Grease Monkey. But willing to keep on radar, with much giving of side-eye.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Was not compliment.
Well, I believe in you, mate. You're Kevis' #1 mechanic, after all. You can't argue with that.
Shucks.
Okay then, let's report into Yuzette, shall we?
He's just a child.
Looks like colony relations have changed.
Looks like colony relations have changed. I love this game.
Yuzette! Shouldn't you be lying down?
Nah, I'm feeling way better. I'm not just putting on a brave face for you guys, okay?
Uh-huh.
I'm not.
Alright, if you say so.
Thanks for always getting us out of trouble, Yuzette.
Where'd this come from?
Turns out this guy's actually more thoughtful than you give him credit for.
Thoughtful?
From now on, I'm helping you with your chores. So let's both do the best we can, and make some of the finest Levnises the world has ever seen.
Sure, count on it. As if, over my dead body.
Huh?
If I trust you with anything, things are gonna get way out of hand. You just casually go and extend the leases on Levnis rentals. You plain give away the materials that we cracked down on after we caught those guys illegally hoarding. Every time you give a report, my blood runs cold. Think about how I feel trying to manage this stuff.
Right. Sorry. Still, I'm glad to see you're feeling well enough to give me a telling off like that.
Glad, but I'm seething with rage here.
Yeah, I can see that.
He's just a child.
I guess none of this really sorted out Yuzette's workload problem, did it?
Yeah, I guess not. But maybe this is a good way for them to mesh in the end.
Maybe it is. Remember what Issa told us? That you can't just look at one aspect of the whole. I think that's how it is with Colony 30.
One of these guys is the commander. The other one's a guy adding problems. And is the real commander. Great, now I think we can continue Doric, yeah? We're back to building the mech.
Doesn't look much different if I'm being honest.
We always knew it'd be a big job. Let's just keep plugging away at it, shall we?
Shall we? Yeah, we should. We really should keep plugging away at it. Charge! Phase 6, we just have a few more to go.
Now, what was it we needed?
Okay, let's see. What can we give up today? What shall we give up today? What if we give up some of these bad boys? And we'll give up... Ooh. That worked out. Let's get me over. Phase 6 is officially finished. Oh no, all the power went off. And they need ether. Which means... Don't worry, I've got a plan. I think I gotta go to... Technically we're out of order. Or not necessarily out of order, but... We gotta find the second conversation point. I still can't believe moving my laptop 2 feet freaking fixed it. It's partial issues. Yo, which one of you has the other chat option that I'm looking for? You do.
Wow, the Levnesses around here sure are a lively bunch.
Baldy, be quiet.
Take care of them. The mechanics must really take pride in their work.
We have one colony without ether and one...
That should be enough data.
And one with ether shorted, or one with too much and one without. See? What could we possibly do about this situation?
Better make sure we're well rested.
Time for a group discussion about the meaning of life. Oh wait, we have a few things we can talk about.
Could you all come round for a second?
Levnesses. Favorite Levnesses. Go. Look at everyone go. Favorite Levness. Our duo have not. He's just a child! Let's talk about our moves, because we can. Armude. Look at this nerd. Armuologist. The mountains like kinda got blown up, but it's fine. They're partially blown up. They're not really mountainous though, and if you're me, you know where they came from. Spins around in chair. Let me tell you about the kingdom of Raya. It's all been blown up. It's all been blown up. Breast and pepperoni's the mountains. Go up and smoke like that. Irony. Unavoidable. Ah! I'm having a moment. Deep, deep future. Don't think deep, deep. Live in the moment. One could say this is a metaphor for climate change. Being vulnerable. Don't take cheap shots at friends when they're being vulnerable. That's rude. Bountiful ether. Anyway, good conversation we had there. When you have too much ether, but everyone else says not enough. Let's go to you. Can't just giving it for free. But you can't just be sitting on it. Tyon's off to the side. Pretend we see pretend we can see them. Almost like 30 is in need. Me who already knows the answers. Pretend we can see Tyon, seriously. He's just over there. Let's sell through the non-pawn. Profit. Baby.
Good to add more names.
Let us talk to Xenoblade.
I see some relations have changed.
And back we go. It's all about money as well, I guess. Which is true, you can't just give away stuff for free. There's gotta be an incentive. And now Tyon's running in place.
Good to add more names.
Easy peasy, see? Not Potter speed. And here's more on Lambda. The real thing worked during war isn't working out too well. Thanks, Koji, for your wonderful input, Ether. I think that should.
I see some relations have changed.
Flip up. Working again. I think. Maybe? To be honest, I'm not so sure. It beats me. I don't think I've ever actually had a dork staff there. But I'm also a side quest nerd. Or are we back to needing it to be tied in with the city? Because Doric eventually involves the city. But we're there now. I don't know, the last time, both times I've done Doric, I've done it when I was done with the game. Or almost done. Yep, or this is gonna be a side quest one. Oh boy, that was the first part. Penguin's gonna have to rack the brain on where the second part is. Alrighty, what else we got today? What else we got going on? Right, that makes me go to the sea. That guy is just long. Oh, for fucking. Can it stop saying I have new stuff in the quest line? Let's see, we got, what else we got? We got going on here. Teacher's teacher, but we can't do that because it's a meal. Could do. Actually, I want to go to... I'm gonna be able to later. Everyone's got their own individual quest lines. It's so nice. I love this game. Might not be time to continue Jeremy yet. His quest doesn't matter. I'm leaving. It just takes a while. I need to be careful with this. Since I'm still at gemstone grinding. Ooh, we fell. Uh-oh. Well, that works too. It's not time to continue Durgu. Okie dokie, let's see. Then where does Pengu want to go next? Where do we want to go next? I want to check one thing.
I go wherever you go.
If I shove Ashira in the party, does the question mark pop up? No. Too soon? I don't remember when everyone's Ascension quest unlocks. It is truly conundrum for Pengu. In which case, what if we shove Gray in the party and go back to... So I think we're good here. I think we're okay over there. For now, again, some side quests don't unlock yet. Now we're good here. Good there. No, let's go back to the city, yeah? Because the city is a nice place. And Gray has a wife.
Just going to run recon on the canteen.
We're back, baby. The real question is... Gosh, where does land side story start? I remember correctly, it's in here, but where? Beats me, eh? Might not be time yet. I am deliberately avoiding story at all costs, by the way. We're not even in Theria Sea yet. When I actually go to the sea, it's over. I will spend so much time in there. Alas.
Better make sure we're well rested.
Better make sure we're well rested. We don't have any discussions to be had, right? Aside from the one we're deliberately not doing. Okie dokie, like it is.
Personal hygiene is every soldier's duty.
This is a good... I'm honestly having a great time. I have to admit. Oh dear God, what's it gonna say? I almost don't want to know.
It's good to keep a record.
298 hours and 7 minutes, baby, on this save file. We're almost at 300. We're almost at 300 on hours on this one continuous run of the game. Oh, this is 3 runs all in one. Insane. Insane. The Switch will say I have a different amount of hours though because I have had the game open. Usually because I'm rewatching a cutscene or another. But we're really going places. We did some Ascension quests. We got more to come. We have so much more to go. Seeing as there are how many heroes in this game, we had potatoes. I love this game. I do. Niffly Pengu, you keep saying that. I feel like I have to re-emphasize it every time. I do love this game. I usually don't talk during the cinematic cutscenes because I don't want to interrupt the beautiful writing of this game, but everyone is written differently, and it's just such a great game, and I really do love Xenoblade 3. Whose great inspecting is gone? I digress. I digress. I digress. Gary's inspecting is gone. Anyway. Sorry, there was a knock on my door. This game is good. And we shall pick it up tomorrow.